The White House has banned the Associated Press for refusing to change the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. It's another attempt to distract you from Elon Musk and the unelected billionaires who have taken over your government. But it's a significant one. The indefinite ban applies to the Oval Office and Air Force One, restricts AP's ability to do its job, and punishes an independent news outlet for the exercise of free speech. But what's in a name? Congress has not passed a law to change the name of the Gulf of Mexico. International cartographers didn't hold a meeting and decide to change it. Trump just issued a meaningless edict to do so, once again wasting taxpayer dollars to distract you from his failures, knowing full well the next president can and will issue an executive order to reverse it. Donald Trump is a convicted criminal con artist. He is not a dictator. He can declare your toilet water to be the Gulf of Mar-a-Lago if he wants, but he can't force me or the independent press to use it. The Gulf of Mexico got its name from 16th century Spanish mapmakers. Even after the U.S. fought the Mexican-American War to preserve slavery in Texas in the 1840s, neither side changed the name of the Gulf of Mexico. But now Trump wants to do so 180 years later. Why is that problematic? Because the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution says Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. The Supreme Court has already established that this applies not only to Congress, but to any government official, from the President of the United States to an elementary school principal. During World War II, the West Virginia Board of Education required public school students to salute the flag. Children in Jehovah's Witness families refused to do so and were sent home from school for non-compliance. The Supreme Court in 1943 ruled the school had no right to force students to salute the flag. Even in wartime, in a moment of fierce patriotism, the court declared, "We set up government by consent of the governed," and the Bill of Rights denies those in power any legal opportunity to coerce that consent. If there is any fixed star in our constitutional constellation, it is that no official, high or petty, can prescribe what shall be orthodox in politics, nationalism, religion, or other matters of opinion, or force citizens to confess by word or act their faith therein. If there are any circumstances which permit an exception, they do not now occur to us, the Supreme Court said. But it's just one news outlet. What's the big deal, right? Founded in 1846, the AP is one of the most important news outlets in the world, reaches 4 billion people a day, and produces an essential style book that guides newspapers and reporters all across the world. But even if it were a small-town newspaper, the free press must be protected. If we allow him to ban journalists at major news organizations, what's to stop him from banning content creators on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook? This is how it starts. Every little step toward authoritarianism makes it easier to take bigger steps. One day he's demanding you must use his words. The next day he's firing the government watchdogs who investigate presidential corruption. Another, he's ordering the Justice Department to prosecute his enemies and exonerate his allies. All while he releases his private army of insurrectionists into the streets. And soon you have no rights at all. Donald Trump and Elon Musk are working together to put us on the road to totalitarianism. We must speak up, not just when they take steps that directly affect you, but every step of the way.